Okay, picture this. 19 years. That's how long Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman were. Like the Hollywood couple. Stable, solid.
Right, an institution. And that stability was even baked into his music, wasn't it?
Totally. His big 2016 hit, The Fighter, he always said it was basically a promise, a vow to Nicole.
Baby, I'll be the fighter. That line. An anthem of loyalty, really.
Until one night on stage, late September 2025, that promise, he rewrote it live.
Yeah, performing with his utility player, Maggie Baugh, 25, he switches the lyric.
He sings, Maggie, I'll be your guitar player. I mean, talk about a specific shout out.
And Maggie, she didn't just let it slide. She knew it was a moment.
She amplified it, put the clip straight onto Instagram, I think around September 26th.
Yep, and the caption. Oh, boy. Did he just say that, T-Tech, with the wide-eyed emoji? She was basically throwing fuel in the fire, inviting everyone to guess what it meant.
Okay, let's really unpack this because it gets wild fast. Within days of that post, Keith and Nicole, one of Hollywood's biggest power couples, officially announced they were splitting up.
And everyone, absolutely everyone, pointed straight back to that one Instagram clip, that specific moment.
So for you listening, that's what this deep dive is all about. How does a seemingly small, maybe ambiguous moment on stage blow up into the defining story of a massive celebrity divorce?
It's almost a perfect storm, isn't it? A classic case study, really, of how the media machine works when there's no clear explanation.
People want answers, fast.
Exactly. And a simple, dramatic story that always wins out over, messy, inconvenient facts. It just steamrolls them.
And the shock factor here was huge. Keith Urban, 57, Nicole Kidman, 19 years, 2 daughters.
Plus, he always credited her very publicly with saving him, helping him through his addiction struggles. They seem like the real deal.
Which is why the split felt so sudden, so out of nowhere.
Absolutely. Nicole filed on September 30th, 2025 in Nashville. Standard irreconcilable differences.
But the court docs listed the separation date as September 29th.
And that timing. Well, it couldn't have been worse for Maggie Baugh.
Seriously. Her Instagram post goes up just days before that official separation date. It creates this perfect narrative window for the media.
It's like a vacuum, right? No official reason given for the split, so rumors start flying. Anonymous sources talking about another woman.
And because Maggie chose to post that video,
she instantly becomes candidate number one. That moment, which could have just been a cool tour highlight for her, suddenly looks like the spark that blew up the marriage. The inciting incident.
But just calling her Keith Urban's guitarist, that really simplifies things, doesn't it? The media kind of ran with that easy label.
Oh, massively. It ignores her actual background. This woman is seriously talented. Played violin at Carnegie Hall when she was just 11.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, moved to Nashville at 18, built a huge following on TikTok with her Finish the Lick videos. She's played the Grand Ole Opry. She's not just some random player.
So what was her actual role on the tour?
She was a utility player. Super versatile, could fill in on different instruments. Often, she was subbing for the regular band member, Natalie Stovall.
Right, so not even a permanent fixture, necessarily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But substitute utility player isn't as dramatic as the guitarist, is it? The media needed a simpler role for their story.
Okay, so the lyric change kicked things off. But then the internet detectives went digging, right? And they found something. Something that added this layer of crazy irony to the whole situation.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really juicy. The resurfaced rule. You can't date the band members.
TMZ, Page 6, all the big outlets started, digging through archives. Journalistic archaeology, you called it.
And they hit the jackpot. An old YouTube interview from 2017, a show called Piper's Picks TV. Pretty lighthearted stuff, usually.
But in this clip, there's Maggie Baugh. She's 17 years old, way before Keith Urban.
And she's laughing, talking about romance on the road with her own band back then. And she lays out her, quote, guiding principle.
This quote became everything. She literally says, there's always been a rule you can't beat the band members because what happens if we break up and then I lose the drummer? She even called her bandmates her brothers.
That clip changed everything. It went viral instantly.
Suddenly, it wasn't just maybe an affair rumor. It was bigger.
It became a morality play. Here's this rule she stated herself, this principle, and now she's caught up in this huge drama with her boss, essentially.
It made her look like she'd betrayed her own words, gave everyone the perfect gotcha moment.
Right. It painted her as either incredibly naive back then or, well, a hypocrite now.
Yeah.
The contrast was just too powerful to ignore.
So the story now had all the perfect pieces, didn't it? The dramatic lyric change, the broken vow, the irony of her own rule being broken, the the sad end of this iconic marriage.
It was a narrative powerhouse. Didn't matter if all the facts lined up perfectly. The structure was too compelling.
And the backlash against Maggie was immediate and
Oh,
intense.
brutal. Homewrecker was everywhere. Her social media just got flooded with hate. The online trial was in full swing.
And it didn't stay online. It spilled over into the real world, onto Keith's actual tour, which led to what you called trial by set list.
Yeah, his first show after the divorce news broke. Hershey, Pennsylvania. And there were two really big unspoken messages sent that night.
First,
Maggie Baugh wasn't there. Just gone.
which immediately fed the rumors, right? She must have been fired.
Of course. But let's be honest, the boring truth was probably just logistics. She was a sub. The regular player, Natalie Stovall, was back for that show.
But nobody wanted the boring truth.
Nope. And the second message was even louder.
The song.
The Fighter, the song that started it all,
Yeah.
completely dropped from the set list. Gone.
Wow. That's a huge admission, in a way. Acknowledging the heat.
Definitely. Urban's team had to react to the public cheery somehow. Cutting the song was a clear signal.
But even while all this drama was swirling, there were facts kind of pushing back against the main narrative, right? Things that didn't quite fit.
Exactly. Her dad, Chuck Baugh, tried to calm things down. He told reporters something like, it's more of a musician thing than a dating thing, trying to frame it professionally.
But, musician thing doesn't sell clicks like Secret Affair.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And there was other stuff too, like Keith Urban changes lyrics sometimes. He'd done it before for Carrie Underwood back in 2017. Apparently no big deal then.
Right, he ad-libs. It's what performers do.
But the biggest piece, the one that tabloids mostly seem to ignore.
Maggie Baugh apparently wasn't even single.
Bingo. Reports surfaced that she was actually in a pretty serious long-term relationship with a lighting designer named Cameron Coley.
And they'd recently celebrated, their one-year anniversary?
Something like that,
Yep.
earlier that year. Which makes the whole narrative of her secretly trying to break up Keith and Nicole seem, well, pretty unlikely.
Yeah, that definitely complicates the homewrecker angle. But people seem to prefer the simpler, more dramatic story.
Always. It shows how much we love a good archetype, even if it means ignoring inconvenient details like, an actual boyfriend.
So, after almost 2 weeks of just silence weathering this massive storm, Maggie finally made a move.
She did. But it wasn't what people expected. No denial, no explanation. That would just kept her tied to the Keith and Nicole drama.
Instead, she did something smarter.
Very strategic. A total pivot. She went back on Instagram, posted just a plain black screen.
And the caption.
Announcement coming soon. That's it.
And just like that, the conversation shifted.
Completely. It went from, what did Maggie do? To, ooh, what's Maggie gonna do?
She took the spotlight, which had been like this prison of judgment.
And turned it into a launchpad.
Yeah.
She basically changed the story from being about their divorce to being about her next move, her career. Very clever.
Masterful, really. From a side character in their drama to the main character of her own story.
And this whole saga, it's just such a perfect snapshot of how celebrity works now. The story took off not because it was necessarily true.
But because it felt true. It had that literary neatness.
Exactly. The vow, the irony, the heartbreak. It had a perfect structure, even if the foundation was shaky.
So now Maggie Baugh has this massive global name recognition, the kind artists work decades for.
But it's tied to this label, isn't it? Homewrecker. That's baked into her origin story now, fair or not.
That's the challenge for her moving forward. Can her talent, which is obviously significant,
Can it eventually overshadow the scandal that introduced her to the world? That's the big question.
her announcement, whatever it is, will be her chance to write the next verse, maybe redefine herself?
Definitely. But you have to wonder, will that first sentence, the scandalous one, always be there in her biography, no matter how successful she becomes? That's the tough part about fame built on controversy.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.